The problem is that African Americans do not represent a large percentage of physicians and providers, so that you don't have that advocacy, that racial advocacy in the caregiving population. So there is a lot of work to be done around this, and pain is it's a global issue. Okay, and we have to be concerned about this, and you have to be concerned about this as future nurses. So tell us a little bit about the standard.
So the standard is a bunch of prevention measures against pressure injuries, which would include proper cleaning of the skin, moisturizing it to keep it healthy, but also keeping the skin dry, such as in the case of incontinence and situations like that. And the other one is avoiding massaging the skin, so to prevent injury. And then if it's a further measure in regards to obese patients, measures to help distribute their weight evenly, help them move around, and try to lose the weight. So it could lower the risk of pressure injuries.
Okay, so who is the most impacted by this particular standard?
I said that like the elderly, those who are immobile or bedridden, those who are incontinent of urine and or stool, those who are overweight and obese, and also those with diabetes.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you why Ruby probably didn't even need to read this article to know that, because those are patients you take care of, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So she knows that these are the most at-risk patients, you know, and what do we have a lot of in the United States of America? Obese, elderly, diabetic. You're going to...
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick update of last week as well as this week so far. So yeah, let's hop into it. So last week, y'all, I couldn't even bother like recording except for like on Thursday, because I had like 3 papers due last week, guys. I feel like I was just like on the computer on my laptop every day, just typing a paper, just typing. So if you guys remember from my previous vlogs, we had 2 books that we were supposed to read. So one for my geriatrics/gerontology class, we had to read a book about like aging and dying and stuff like that. And then we had to write a book critique. So that was due on Tuesday. So I ended up finishing it on Monday, I believe, and I just like handed it in. And then next up on the list was for our scholarly paper for contemporary issues in nursing, we had to write an annotated bibliography. If you guys don't know what an annotated bibliography is, it's basically like a reference page, but like each reference you have to describe like the whole entire study or whatever it is in the article. So luckily our professor was nice enough to ask us to only show like 3 of the references and do the annotated bib on those 3. So I did that, but it just took forever. And the next day, right before class on Thursday, she actually like sent it back. She said this looks great, and then she gave me some points that I should include into my paper. So the paper is not due until the 2nd week of August. It has to be 8 to 10 pages. So yeah, I really should get started on that, but like right now I want to chill, because last week like knocked me out almost, guys. And then finally on Friday, I had to do a culture of safety paper for my nursing informatics class and for our group. So that was my assignment to do. I don't know if I mentioned, but because our professor said that she doesn't want to grade that many papers for everyone in the class, she splits up into groups. And so each group has to do like all of the remaining assignments for the class. So one girl in my group did our first assignment, and we all get the same grade for that. So it was my responsibility for this assignment, this paper. So I did that, and then I sent it to my group members to to edit and make any changes if need be, this, that, and the third. So yeah, that was last week. So then this week, after doing the edits yesterday, actually, I decided to submit it. And so I saw that my professor for informatics left a note in the Dropbox saying that we have to have a safe assign, which is like a plagiarism scanner. We have to have at least 20% or less. Otherwise, we have to resubmit the paper again. So I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't plagiarize nothing. Everything I put in quotes. I put the in-text citations. Paper should be Gucci, right? So I put the paper in. Comes out 33% plagiarized. I'm like, get? Like, and when I looked to see, it was literally like the name of the university plagiarized, the name of the course plagiarized. So that was already 6%. And then, guys, the references that I use, like from like probably 11 different papers, but it was all like different references. So like maybe one person used my first reference in one of their papers, another person used like the second line in my second reference, like, you know. So that came up to 18%. So I'm like, is it even possible to have less than 20% if all my references and the course name and the school name already equals more than 20%? So I'm like, I asked my group members what to do. They're like, she shouldn't take points off if she checks. But I'm like, I don't know. The way she's been acting, like, I don't think she's going to check the safe assign to see exactly what's plagiarized or not, because the rest of my paper was fine. So I'm like, I was kind of like, so I think right now I'm just going to, I like made a few changes in the paper. I took out one reference to see if maybe that will knock it down by a couple of percentages, but who knows? We'll see. And if the assignment plagiarism score is greater than 20, I'll just email her like, listen, it's the references. There's no way that I could plagiarize references. Like, it's a whole different paper. Everything else in the paper and the content of the paper, nothing plagiarized. So is it the references? Like, you know, so we'll see how that goes. But today we had Jero. We went over musculoskeletal and pain in the elderly, and we have our second test next week, Tuesday. But our professor gave us like a study guide to do and like points that we should look out for. So I'll definitely be going through that. And then tomorrow we have culture. Thank God, since I'm done with my presentation, which me and my partner ended up getting a 92. So I didn't bomb it after all. Woo-woo. Yeah, since we already finished our presentation, we basically get to chill for the rest of the semester until we have our final exam. I think we just have one more like discussion post to do, but that's it for us. Like, so tomorrow is basically a chill day, just watching everyone else's presentations and stuff. And then and then Thursday we have contemporary again. I think she's gonna go over magnet and magnet status in hospitals and the importance of magnet and knowing what magnet is. So that should be a pretty easy class, a pretty interesting class. So that should be it for my week. So yeah, guys, that is my review of the week. And it's winding down. First semester is winding down, guys. We officially have 4 weeks left in the semester until it's over. It's crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm almost done with my first semester of the accelerated BSN program. Like, time is flying. GPAs are A's all around. Well, my nurse informatics professor, she didn't grade nothing besides like the first week, so no one knows what's going on in that class. But for the other classes, I got my A's so far, so who knows? Maybe a girl might make Dean's List. Okay. So, yeah, guys, that's my update. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.